Hi, my name is Shy or Shaye, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I discuss various topics and share snippets of my life, either traveling or just living day to day at home. Um, it's been a few weeks since I did this. Actually, it's been longer than that. The month of February it's been a bit challenging. I've just had unexpected events and it threw things off. I was actually on a roll in January with schedules, but February threw me curveballs. So been a bit behind on videos, but I wanted to do a video, one of these sit down videos, because I look back on my history of videos and noticed that I not only haven't done this in a while, it's also coming up on the 1 year since I started recording videos on this channel. And it hasn't been a consistent 1 year on YouTube. It's been a rather sporadic and all over the place kind of 1 year, but it's been good for me. It's been learning for me. It's been a bit messy, but it's also been an opportunity to get to know parts of myself I don't think I would have known anywhere else. So because of that, as much as my channel might not meet some people's metrics of success or growth, it has helped me grow, definitely. And I wanted to talk through reflecting on some of that and also just how I plan to go forward on here, because I've said in some videos, oh, I'm going to have a schedule, or I'm going to come back and talk about, how frequently I do this, and I never really did. So this is me trying to close that gap, so to speak. So my 1 year on YouTube, and I have already published a video about how I recommend YouTube as a hobby. So spoiler alert, I've enjoyed it, even though it hasn't always been, like I said, consistent or easy. It's not easy. I will say in every video I can that I respect the people who do this as a profession and who do it routinely. It takes a lot out of you, not just time wise, but also mentally, to just learn the skill, do it frequently, come up with creative ideas to talk or to record, actually record the thing, edit, put it out. Like there's so many layers to it. So I have an abundance of respect now for the people who do this as a profession. I never mocked it or took it lightly before, but now I just have like a heightened level of respect for people. As for me, like I said, it's going to be for now still a space that I have carved for myself to vent, to express myself. So it's a hobby. It's not anything I see right now becoming a profession, just because my time has to be dedicated elsewhere where I get better returns, you know, in terms of what you would want out of a profession, which is, a livelihood. I don't think YouTube right now is there. It could get there. I think the more I learn, the more I allow myself to do this, it could get there, but it's not anywhere in the near future, I don't believe. That's number one. Number two, in terms of scheduling, um, I mean, I've played in January. I played with the let me sit and talk, because I like talking to camera. I haven't figured it out what it is about doing this. So I'm still enjoying this component of talking to camera, but I also liked when I was able to sprinkle in, like, not the most fancy vlogs, but basically vlogs of me doing normal things in my home. I think I will do a bit more of that. So I think what my schedule is going to look like is somewhere alternating between these sit down talk videos, some vlogs, maybe some travel content, because part of what happened in February was I was supposed to travel. That also didn't come to fruition because, again, life happened. But I still love travel. I miss travel. I haven't traveled in a while. So I'm looking forward to my next trip. And I'm pretty sure whenever I do that, I will share that on here. I have topics that I also want to cover because I said my background is finance and accounting. I know quite a bit in that field, and I don't talk finance on here just because I think I shied away from wanting to be seen as someone giving money advice, even though I did some money series. But, it's a topic that I'm pretty well versed in, and I would never tell you what to do with your money or do with your resources. But I see no harm in sharing snippets of my story, which is kind of how I did the money lesson. my story, my lessons, things that I've garnered along the way, which is the whole point of this channel, is I wanted to share lessons, tips, things I have learned that could help somebody else. So I'm going to do that here and there, sprinkling. Scheduling wise, I think what's manageable for me is once a week. Once a week. I'm trying to aim for Sundays, but some days that might be a Wednesday, you know? But Sunday seems to be a good day for me to work towards having something filmed, edited, recorded, and posted on this channel. So if you are new, because I am very surprised by the amount of people that joined in the past month, thank you. But if you are new, just know that's what you can expect. And as I again figure out how I want to do things and I figure out consistency on here, I'm sure things will shift and flow. Nothing on here, I've said at the start of this, if you're just joining, is nothing on here is serious for me. Everything here started with me wanting to poke around and see what I could do on YouTube because I'd watched it for years and just being curious. And I want to keep the spirit of curiosity. And for me to do that, it requires a level of unseriousness. Like I can't approach this so strictly and so stringently that it kills the fun for me. So that is where I'm at with things as far as YouTube is concerned. As far as life, I'm going through life like everybody else. Try not to get sucked into all the things happening externally on the global and domestic scale because I live in the US, and just focus on me, focus on my local community, focus on investing in relationships that pour into me. Just narrow the focus. I think that's what's helped me these first 2 months, and try not to also think too far ahead because I'm one of those people who's guilty of overthinking, which is part of why I started doing this whole hobby, to kind of slow down that process. But I try not to think too far ahead because I think in this landscape of uncertainty and so much going on, doing that just heightens anxiety and just has you spin, and again doesn't help you move forward. So that's what I've been doing. Still doing my hobbies that I enjoy. I think next week's video will probably be a book recap on the books that I read in February. There weren't as many as January, but I did have a few listens, especially mostly audio books. So that will be next week's video. Will be about my books. But I wanted to pop in and say hello because I didn't do a video last week. And I had said I would come and clarify how I wanted to do this channel going forward. So I'm hopeful this gives you that. I hope you're well. I hope February has been good to you as we're getting ready to close it out next week, and that you have some good things to look forward to in the month of March. And I will see you on the next video. All right, bye.